Welcome back, 17 on set, and we're back with Officer Robert Rodriguez this morning talking about a child safety seat recommendation that was recently updated. The American Academy of Pediatrics now recommending kids remain rear-facing as long as possible. Now, the law is 2 years old, but now they're saying as long as that car seat is waited for, you should keep them rear-facing. Tell me a little bit more about what they're saying and why.
That's right, Maddie. The current law says that you have to keep a child rear-facing until they're 2 years old, or weigh 40 pounds, or have a height of 40 inches. Now, this recommendation is there because when the child is facing or is rear-facing, it's a lot safer for them. When they're involved in a crash, the seat back absorbs most of that impact, and so keeping them rear-facing is just it's just a lot safer for the kids. And again, it's just one of those recommendations where it is a recommendation only. But again, the law is separate from that, but we want them to stay as long as possible in that seat facing to the rear.
And you see the real world impacts of what car seats can do and how well they can protect if they're used correctly and when they're rear facing, right?
Most definitely. And you have to remember, as a parent, your child's life depends on that car seat. So if that car seat's not properly installed, or maybe you've decided, well, you know what, my kid's been facing to the rear for at least a year or 6 months, I'm gonna go ahead and turn around because I can't see them. You know, there is a graduating stage, and a lot of parents get excited because they want to graduate their child to face forward, but it can be very, very dangerous for your child if you do turn them around to face forward too soon.
It's all about the neck muscles, right, and the development.
Most definitely. You know, I've seen very severe injuries with small children that have been turned around way too soon. You can even have it like what's called an internal decapitation, and I mean I know that sounds extreme, but that's how bad of a severe injury that your child can have when you turn them around too soon.
And you do think about kids and their proportions, and their heads, especially toddlers, are much larger in proportion to their body than we are, you know, as adults. So that's a heavy weight on the top of their bodies.
It is, and like I said, when they are facing to the rear, all that gets absorbed by the back of that seat, and so the impact gets absorbed to the back of the seat. So their head has support. It's not, you know, flying forward, because once they fly forward like that, that's where the percentage of injury just increases tremendously.
And you talk about the pressure in the graduating stage of turning your kids around. I feel it, especially as a mom of 3, because the other 2 are forward facing right now. So the one, and I still call him the baby even though he's almost 2, is still rear facing, and we can't wait, you know, to turn him around. But I'm thinking he's not anywhere near 40 pounds. Actually, neither are the other 2. My 4.5-year-old isn't even near 40 pounds. So technically, he could still be rear-facing, and it would be safer for him too, right?
Oh, most definitely. You know, and again, that is a recommendation, and that's what we recommend as well. Keep them rear-facing as long as possible, as long as you're within the weight restriction or the weight limit and the height limit of that seat, the particular seat. Remember, always go by the manufacturer's recommendations. Once you reach those limits, then you can turn them around if they're over 2 years old.
And I know parents often think, oh, but their legs are cramped, their legs aren't safe, but really, we're more worried about necks than legs here, right?
Right. Even if their legs are cramped, it's okay. You know, again, studies have shown that when they are involved in those crashes, their injuries aren't going to be so grave to the legs.
Yeah. All right, Robert Rodriguez, thank you so much for joining us again this morning, all morning.
Oh,
we appreciate
you're welcome.
it. We'll be right back after this.